Hi guys, welcome back. Eric's UK here with yet another vid. RPG Day 2021 continues, day 11. And today's prompt is going to be listen. Anyway, this all covers two sort of things. One is something I've touched previously on a couple of vids in the past, which is how I think as much as technology has helped with gaming, having things like Hero Lab on your laptop, or having an equivalent sort of app on your phone for character creation and playing, have been awesome for the game. I certainly know that for Pathfinder, when you get to a certain point, you kind of need the program to do some of the calculations for you, otherwise you get really confused. Even though that's the case, I've noticed for myself that I become too absorbed in the technology, having something at my disposal when it's not my turn or what have you to sort of look through it. I find that even I sort of like lose the connection and give up listening to what's going on in the game, which was something that never happened when I was playing years ago. You paid attention to the game even when it wasn't your turn. And I think that as much as I like technology having a part to play in modern gaming, I think we all need to listen to the game. It's very odd for a game that is basically 75% a verbal interaction between the GM and the players, that sometimes we get a little bit sidelined and distracted and we don't pay attention. I'm very guilty of this, and it's something that as we start to go back to normal, at least here in the UK, post-COVID, I have made the decision that from now on I'm not going to be using a laptop. I'm not going to be using apps on my phone. If I'm going to create a character and I'm going to play a character, it's going to be pen and paper again. Because I do feel that technology is luring me away a little bit, and causing distractions. Obviously, your experiences and the way you game and stuff is slightly different. And I wouldn't presume to say, give up this stuff. But I would say, as a player, you can use the resources available to you, absolutely. But make sure you listen. Make sure you pay attention to the game and don't get sidelined. Secondly, listen. This is, again, I think something that I've probably covered on a video before. But as a GM, listen to your players. I'm sure I've covered this before, but I'm going to do it again because it's cool. Because sometimes your players come up with far better ideas than you have come up with or even thought about. I can't count the number of game sessions I've had where players have had far better ideas as to where a campaign or a scenario is going, or a plot, just a standard plot is going, and I end up nicking their ideas. And on one hand, it makes them feel better because they think, hey, we've solved the scenario. I've probably told this story before. I'm fairly certain I have, but hey, let's run with it because not everyone's going to have seen that vid. I ran a Call of Cthulhu campaign several years ago now, 7-8 years ago, and I had picked up a little scenario book, secondhand, that contained like 3 really crap basic scenarios, and I wanted something to fill in for an evening where 2 of the players couldn't make it, but we could still play with the other 2. And in this particular scenario, the scenario is all about a chap whose I think it was his father had gone off out into the desert. He'd found this ancient, ruined site in the Middle East. He'd brought some things back, and these things were cursed. That was that cat again. And ghouls or something had basically followed home, ransacked the house, killed his father. And the characters get brought in to investigate. And the players came up with this even far better and less paranormal, supernatural, Cthulhu-y plot, in that the idea was that the son was desperate for money. He'd probably bumped his father off and was attempting to make it like a robbery so he could basically get out of debt. And you know what? It actually worked a lot better than the scenario that was written. But it wasn't something I'd ever thought about. And it kind of shows that as a GM, if you, just as a player needs to listen to you, you need to listen to the players, because sometimes their ideas, their thoughts as they're playing, make a huge difference, and you can come up with some far better ideas and far better plots by following what their brains are tweaking than you might have thought of. Anyway, that's my thoughts for Listen. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I look forward to see your other videos and your comments down below. So until then, take care guys, and good gaming.